On this episode of the English Teacher Feature, we're going to be talking about video games and reading. Do our pupils' interests in picking up a book die a slow death once they discover the game's controller? Or is the world of video gaming a useful gateway for enticing young people to engage with the printed word? I've managed to secure a brilliant guest to help me discuss these ideas. Sharna Jackson is not only a prolific children and young person's novelist. What do you think of prolific? Does that land?
I think it's a little bit much, but I'm here and I'll love it and I take it.
Starting with the award-winning High Rise Mystery in 2019, but she's also authored the video game Saltsea Chronicles, which is a story-based adventure game available on various gaming platforms such as the PS5, the Nintendo Switch, and other platforms as well. So welcome, Sharna.
Thank you so much for having me. What a privilege and a pleasure.
Oh. Now, when I got in touch with you to see if you'd be interested in talking to me, you said that you were attending a games festival. So can we take it from that you are a video gamer yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we spoke, I was at the London Games Festival that happens every year in April. And I am a gamer. Yes, I think when sometimes people think about a gamer, they have a specific kind of character in mind, but gamers cut across the entire spectrum of people. But I love games so much, and I loved games when I was growing up. We had a Mega Drive, and that Mega Drive was everything to me. And I had a Mega Drive, and also had access to a NES. Nintendo before the Super Nintendo, and so my favorite games were story-based games back then. So I was playing things like Maniac Mansion, Grim Fandango, things that have really strong narrative through lines.
So you've published 5 novels so far, if I'm counting correctly, as well as contributing to a number of short story collections, and you've also written about art and artists for young people. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, you've got this video game. Mm-hmm. It's a really eclectic mix of different types of writing and storytelling. Is there a thread that runs through all of these genres and forms? What drives your creativity?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. So I have been working in children's media or children's content, whether that's across books or art or in games, for over 20 years, so for quite a long time. And there's a central question that drives all my work, which is, how do I get disengaged and diverse audiences interested in literature, in culture, and in arts? So I'm always looking for ways to bring people in that think that these spaces aren't for them. So one of my key jobs before I was a writer was at Tate Gallery. I started a thing called Tate Kids, which is a website just to really slowly introduce contemporary and modern art to kids, because a lot of people think, art galleries are scary, posh and snobby, and they can be. That's not an unfair thing to say, but I'm like, no, there's a lot of really good stuff in here that can really change your life and broaden your views. So let me find the window to let you peek through, to then bring you in through the door. So that is what drives me.
So you say wanting to reach the disengaged and the diverse audiences. Saltsea Chronicles, as an example, is quite a wordy
Very
game.
wordy. Mm-hmm.
How do you decide then, if you're talking about, say, sort of disadvantaged young people who might struggle with reading, how do you decide where to pitch that in terms of text, in terms of accessibility and so on?
Yeah, so Saltsea Chronicles is, it's a game set on a boat, and it's about a captain who has gone missing and her crew are trying to find her. And yes, there are lots of words in that game. There's probably, I think we counted maybe about 700,000 words in that game. And to be clear, I wasn't the sole writer of Salty Chronicles. We worked in a writer's room, which was fantastic, meeting writers from poetry, film, TV, and also from games. So that experience was lovely. But what I liked about Salty Chronicles is it is a way of introducing like longer texts to children who wouldn't pick them up in a book, but because they're in the PlayStation store or they're on Steam, or they might give it a chance. And so I've had a bit of success with that, where people are like, oh yeah, I've had a go and I liked it. I liked reading it. I liked making the choices. I liked seeing the implication of those choices, because games do something different than books. Obviously, they're visual and they're interactive. I am trying to say that if you're reading in a video game and you're making choices and you're affected by the story, that is just as a valid reading time to me as you would spend reading High Rise Mystery or another one of my books.
A recent Ofcom report recorded that in the 15 to 25-year-old age bracket, 67% of young people listed gaming in their top 10 media activities, while only 53% listed the reading of printed books. So I guess if it's a competition between reading and gaming, then you'd have to say that video games are winning by a significant margin. There's quite a lot of research around the relative benefits of reading from a screen versus reading from the page, and repeatedly studies show that while video gaming often involves a degree of engagement with text, it's far less effective at developing that reading stamina that we're looking for with sort of developed readers. And like for like, when testing young people reading text from a screen against reading printed text, the latter is routinely found to be more effective. So printed text is more effective, and there's sort of scientific evidence for that. But my theory, and I think it sounds like your theory as well, is that video gaming can still be valuable to educators and parents, not directly as a means to improve reading, but as a gateway into reading.
No, I think that's absolutely correct, and I hear the stats and I respect the stats. But what seems to be missing from the stats is that enjoyment and engagement that you need to get to those places in the first place. And reading within a digital format or an interactive format can absolutely help you on that journey. If I go and do a school visit, which I do many, I try and do like one a week from here. I do them on Zoom, and the kids don't know who I am. They're like, oh, you wrote a murder mystery, great, cool. And then when I say I also write games, or my favourite game to play when I'm doing mystery research is Among Us, like their ears prick up immediately and they're like, oh my God, miss, what? What's it? So then we start having a conversation about games. And then I say, well, if you like this game, why don't you try this book? Or if you like this game, play this other game and then try this book. Or when you're playing games, what are you enjoying about the game? Is it the story? Is it the interactivity? And it's just like a very dynamic way of engaging with stories, and it's not just games. We've got children who love like the K-pop Demon Hunters, and now suddenly they're reading English subtitles on K-pop dramas and singing Korean lyrics and what else are they up to? Like they're in forums and things like that, and writing fan fiction. Like fan fiction actually is where many professional writers started as a way of like honing their craft. So I'm just really cautious of trying to pit different forms of reading against each other with the view of like heading towards Shakespeare as the end goal, because there's just so much going on and so much creativity happening that we should embrace and harness and just be able to lead people in different directions. Of course, this is me coming from a creator's perspective. My son's dad is a teacher, so I understand Like it's not all sunshine and roses. It's time limits. It's pressure. It's, you know, uh, you don't have the authority to make all these changes. You're under, like, right, we have to, you know, make these targets. But I do find that when I've spoken to some teachers, they're like, oh, when you said that game or this game, it opened up a conversation with my class or my grandson, and now we've got something to talk about. So sometimes that, you know, there are games like Minecraft, which is more open world, project your story onto it. There's games like Split Fiction, which came out last year, where you're literally playing in genre science fiction, like a futuristic science fiction and like fantasy, and they're literally on the same screen, and you're moving between the genres while you're playing the game. And like, to me, that is so like, what is wrong with that? And you come with you finish that game, the kids like, I've really enjoyed, you know, the fantasy element of that. And then you're like, well, you know, here's this book, here's that book, try Terry Pratchett, try this, try that, you know. So I do believe in them as a you know, as a way of widening the world.
It's all a bigger sort of network of, it's a network of community, it's a network of text. And as teachers and as creatives and whatever our role, it's our responsibility then to signpost the connections between texts and build curiosity. So for example, if I know that one of my pupils is playing Saltsea Chronicles, because why wouldn't they? I could tell them that, well, the author of that game's also got a number of novels, and I could point them towards, you know, Mile High Mystery or whatever. And you've mentioned Minecraft. So anecdotally, my son loved playing Minecraft, and we're a family with a strong reading culture. All of my other children have loved reading, but this son, he really did not engage with books at all. But he loved Minecraft, and when I pointed out that the minerals used in gameplay in Minecraft is based on real life science, of course, and suddenly from knowing that, he wanted to know more about, you know, rocks and geology. And at that point, he was then able to enter the world of reading because he wanted to find out more.
There we go.
That would kind of just be more absorbing for him whilst he played the game.
I love that.
And of course, that might require, it requires us to kind of go further into stuff that we don't know already. Like, I don't know about rocks and geology particularly, but actually that investment is worthwhile, sort of me signposting and building those networks and so on.
Yeah. Because
it does serve that reading engagement for the next generation.
I completely agree with all of that. And I do believe there's a book out there for everybody, and it's just the way you get to that story. There's a story that will change your life. And for me, it was a book called The Runaways by Ruth Thomas, published in the 80s. Two regular kids from East London they walk home one day, find an abandoned house, go in and find a lot of money. They use that money to try and buy friends because they're unpopular, and they think they're going to get nabbed by the police, so they run away, and they end up going to Brighton, Bristol, and then think about living on a boat or going on a boat across to Norway. And I think that book was like the key to everything. I can trace my like writing style back to that book. I lived in Brighton, I almost lived in Bristol, and I live on a boat, all the things that they did in this book. And I think there's a book out there for everybody. And if games and interactivity and K-pop or a WhatsApp thread is the way to that book, or anything that's encouraging their creativity and sense of belonging, I don't see anything wrong with that.
So going back to video game creation, is there a sense in that space that creators have a responsibility towards their audience to lay sort of groundwork for engagement with the wider world?
That's a really good question. I think that Yes and no. So there's definitely like games that are made for educational purposes, and there's like organizations called like not called called Games for Change, which absolutely have the remit of doing something greater than the piece of work it is. So that's like UNICEF do things like that. And when I was at Tate, I spoke at the Games for Change conference because I made a game with the Wellcome Trust using Alice in Wonderland to explain neuroplasticity in your brain. So I was trying to like bring loads of things together. So that was literally a Games for Change, a game for change rather. The creators behind Salt Sea Chronicles, it was a Danish company called De Gute Fabrik. And the woman running it at the time, Hannah Nicklin, who saw that project, she absolutely was thinking about, what's the impact of this game and what does it mean? We hired, we did like an environmental survey on like the environmental impact of making the game and all those kinds of things. Like we were really thinking about what it means to, all work remotely and what are we doing? And that was just the creation of it, let alone the content of it. But then, of course, you do have game designers that, do dark patterns, which, a dark pattern is a way to, take money from you and make you grind and make you want to pay for, to unlock and loot boxes. And, there is that side. So there's a side of like, big commercial games, which is really there to milk you. But then you do have indie developers that are really thinking deeply about the message and the medium.
Yeah, okay. Because as an educator and as a parent, it reassures me to think that, a gifted author like you is working in that digital space. Because that does just make me think, okay, so there's a safety net here that my child's not gonna, that there is responsibility being delivered here that is reassuring. But you're right. There's also the whole sort of loot box.
Yeah, it's a wild west, but there are people out there. No, I'm not the only. Of course, I'm not. I'm not the only author working in games. There's also Rihanna Pratchett, Gabrielle Kent, who also writes children's books. She's got a detective story book, Rani Reports, and like we're friends. She works with Rihanna. My friend Holly Gramazio is a games writer, and she's like her adult novels are like #1 New York Times bestseller. The Husband's coming soon to A24 and Apple. So there's lots of us women, women mostly, who seem to like go between these mediums.
With the idea of video gaming being a way into print reading, is there any advice that you would give to English teachers that to harness the opportunity of video gaming?
I would start with asking the kids what they're playing. What are they interested in? What kind of stories are there in that game? Are there any stories that you make up around the game? Have you written any, little stories, or like have you told stories to each other? If you're playing like multiplayer, how does that work between your friends? Could you then use that game as a starting point for some creative writing, a little short, okay, what would happen next if, or imagine Sonic went to X. So when I do some school workshops, we create a murder mystery as a class, and sometimes the kids do choose video game characters as the detectives, and I'm all for it because why not? If that's the way that gets you engaged, I'm happy with it. I'm not upset that you didn't, come up with someone new, because you're still remixing and remaking and repackaging. So yeah, ask them what they're playing. Have a quick Google of it, see if you understand it. Does any book jump out from that? Be it a novel, a graphic novel, a manga, a picture book. And then just be open, I guess, be open. Another thing that I do, sorry, I'm like, here is my whole pedagogy about games. So there's another thing that I do is I ask kids like to do the twist. and I don't mean the dance, but they can dance if they want, is to like take a game or a story that they like and twist it 3 times to make it something different or something they like more. So, you know, for me, I can twist Robin Stevens' Murder Most Unladylike into High Rise Mystery really easily. So it's like, okay, instead of having 2 friends, it's 2 sisters, boom. Instead of being on a country estate, it's on a council estate, boom. And instead of it being in the past, it's in the present, boom. It's a different story. And so take that, what games do you like, twist it, and then write me a synopsis of the book, or write me a line of dialogue, or however the way they want to do it. Prioritizing stories on printed paper over everything is kind of holding us back. That's not to say we don't need targets for literacy. I'm not saying that, but I really do think we need to expand our definition of reading and creativity and writing.
Yeah, which is very much in keeping with the National Year of Reading and the narrative around the National Year of Reading, isn't it? That's been really, really, really brilliant. You've been a brilliant guest, Sharna, and it's a privilege to have you on the show. Where do you suggest people look for you? Where do they find your work?
Nowhere. I hide in the shadows and pop out now and again. No, but I'm not really on the internet on social media that much, but I'm at Sharna Jackson on Instagram, and my website is sharnajackson.com.
We love likes on this show. We love follows and 5-star reviews. That's how we get the word out about the podcast. And you can email us at twinklpod@twinkl.co.uk. Thanks so much for being here, Sharna. And thank you to everyone for listening. Goodbye for now.